able to get the victory. While the third game, they're a whole new team.
Yeah.
But we'll see whether they are the same team from yesterday's game 3 as they will move on. BORNEO Dragon FV going in versus the blue side, while AIRASIA SAIYAN the red side.
Now, instantly the ban coming out on Joe straight away, making sure that nobody's gonna be playing Joe this time now, which is rather interesting. I mean, they don't want Rush to ever get it.
Respect ban.
Yeah, a lot of respect, but it doesn't look like the lineup is actually playing Rush
banned
this time round. So they didn't even have to worry about that.
Logan is replacing Rush. Interesting
enemy
enough.
is banning.
From this angle, it looks like Hayabusa will be banned out here. And speaking of which, there is, there's a saying that, coming into such a big player right here, Logan is a better player in a way that he can perform well in the bigger stages. I was quite intrigued when I see Logan being played in an online situation, because Rush excels really well in online gameplay.
Oh,
you can
yeah,
see
he
that
does.
he's actually really helping the team in his position, but perhaps Logan is there to fill up the spot, to give him that practice momentum he needs. It looks like Martis will be banned out here, and there's a lot of heroes coming into play. Selena will be first picked.
Yeah, a lot of, in my books, a lot of S-tier heroes have already been taken out. I mean, Hayabusa, Martis, and also Grok has been taken out really quickly early on to the game. These are the type of bans I was expecting for the previous games, but they're going to be locking in the Hellcrit as well as the Jawhead. I'm kind of liking this though, but the only problem is that if they lock in Kai, they have a way to dedicate themselves to lock. If Hellcrit comes out of nowhere, Divine Judgment, he's in a lot of trouble.
He's literally shut down from
Yeah,
and wow, a
shut
double shutdown coming in, as not only Kaya will be in place, but it will be Digi as well, denying any area effect or cancellation of stun skills, aka CC, from this angle of Team SAIYAN. Meanwhile, Team SAIYAN, their S3 and S4 slots, they should go with perhaps a mage or another fighter perhaps to play in this game. Perhaps a tank as well. A primary tank would be useful in this angle, and it looks like Alice will be Harvard. I'm not sure that. Oh, it's gonna be a Johnson coming in alongside with Alice. Wow.
Huh. It looks like they are trying to catch them off of these, because so far they haven't really shown any way to really engage from BORNEO Dragons.
Correct.
So BD is kind of in this awkward position where they're lacking damage. They're lacking quite a bit of damage, and I think Lapu Lapu and also Harley is going to add on to the damage, but they don't have a dedicated tank at this point, which kind of brings up the question, K's position in the role, whether he is going to be one who has to go into the off build, focus more on cooldowns and also help to be that sort of frontliner who looks to engage.
And I like this lineup chosen already. They're going to lock down onto Harley and Lapu Lapu onto BD's side. And Lapu Lapu, we finally see an appearance from here since day 1. He's back again. Perhaps he's going to give that stunning advantage. Meanwhile, at the same time, the last pick hero will be Lancelot onto AIRASIA's side. This is going to be very, very unorthodox, because normally you don't choose Assassin as the last slot hero. You normally go in as an early one, and maybe perhaps the tank or perhaps the last pick who goes in. But anyways, it's going to be fun. I want to see what AIRASIA SAIYAN gives us out throughout these cards that they've chosen.
I think I really want to see how BORNEO Dragons pull this off, because their team composition is very, very awkward here. And I really want to talk about Lapu Lapu, because this is going to be a game where he's going to have to shine. And if he doesn't, then it's kind of it's going to be a lackluster pick, because I mean, Gutchen was up, but that's already too much magic damage at that point of time. So you have to go for the second best option, which is going to be either the Hayabusa, or even picking up an assassin like Lancelot, or in this case, Lapu Lapu.
Correct.
Which is going to be interesting because Lapu Lapu has more utility on top of the damage as well. So I really want to see how BORNEO Dragons fare up against AIRASIA SAIYAN this time around. I feel that AIRASIA SAIYAN has a little bit more of a traditional team fighting comp here. They've got the Johnson, they've got the Alice, so Alice just hops on with Johnson, nice ride, goes for the engage, pops the ultimate straight away, and still has an escape tool.
So it looks like the predictions are up. You're gonna choose AIRASIA SAIYAN. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose AIRASIA SAIYAN, but I'm going to keep a very close eye to BORNEO Dragons here, because I want to see how they play. Unless they're able to abuse Lapu Lapu and also Selena, then I don't see them able to be taking out these games at any point in time. Mid game is going to be a little bit rough for them.
I'm gonna go with BD, because I feel like they have the heroes which are very into meta right here, and Lapu Lapu would give that sense to stun down and make Selena very, very strong because of Abyssal Arrows. Like I said in the previous games and the matches, Selena is perhaps less impactful if Abyssal Arrows comes in as a solo shot or solo attempt, but with her team to initiate attacks, the Abyssal Arrow comes into very, very impact. a very good impact from
A
there.
very good impact. Yeah, yeah. I can see your argument there, but it's just more of can you land it? Can you land it? Because there are many ways to play around
It's
it.
still a mechanic game from there.
It's still a mechanic game, and in the earlier stages of the game, AirAsia Saiyans has the advantage of level 2 because level 2 is coming in from the side of Borneo Dragons aren't going to be as powerful in comparison to AirAsia Saiyans. I mean, looking at the haircut, looking at the Johnson, just what can you do? This lane is already pretty brutal in itself. They clear the waves way faster. You're expecting mid to always roam to the bot side of the map to keep it protected at all times, but expect another fight towards the bot side of the map because Turtle will be coming up in the next 30 seconds or so. So they're going to be waiting to hit those level 4s and then look for these fights.
And Borneo Dragons will take the crab first in hand, giving Kaya that 150 gold advantage. Not really the best hero you want to get onto the gold advantage, but then it's better than none rather than losing it to AIRASIA SAIYAN. Meanwhile, the top lane, Harley actually went back. There's a lot of pressure coming in from the top side. Alice, Jawhead just deals so much damage towards him. But then team fight will come in here as Fredo is in a lot of trouble with the Constant, and he is able to run away over there. AirAsia SAIYAN will try to chase back and perhaps deal more damage in hand, but it will be a stalemate advantage or stalemate result.
That is so sad. He was just one hit away from actually going down there. And man, oh man, that's really unfortunate for the side of Borneo Dragons, missing out on the first blood opportunity, even though they had priority and also the jump onto AirAsia SAIYAN.
I like how Jawhead just eject, eject Johnson.
Bail!
City, right? Like, hey,
you're out of here!
Out of here. My turn to fight in the ball, and that is actually very good. Meanwhile, Borneo Dragons taking the turtle. What's to say on that?
I mean, they can definitely do that. I mean, Fredo is not able to really get into the fight. They see that it's a response because they can see on the top side here. They're going to get another pick onto Lancelot there. Just, he was hoping for a little too much, but he gets stunned just before his ultimate is able to pop off. Gets the catch straight away.
So it was unfortunate that, Lancelot was there at the wrong time. Pajahat, he wanted to perhaps steal the turtle away, but it did not go according to plan. And it seems like Fredo, he's going to go people over there with the car. And it looks like he's not going to find anyone, which kind of gives that disadvantage because you're open to one lane where the opponents can actually just farm and push the lane in their control.
Yeah, yeah. And as of right now, Fredo is just going to continuously look for someone to catch up in there. That's the pick off.
The one here as the ulti did come up for Diggy, but then can they finish up the kill? Jawhead does manage to kill off Selena over here. It looks like Greenback's going to run away to safety. That's a very close call.
Yeah, that was a very close call. And once again, Fredo is going to get a second ultimate right off the bat. Looks like Borneo Dragons isn't going to be able to get any return kills. So far, they bailed out pretty well. Alice disengaged from the turret very, very nicely.
It was a very interesting move by All Noob using the Lapu Lapu. He actually flickered to stop Fredo from driving away. He was actually trying to prevent Fredo from going that side, but then it was a little bit too tanky. He's just able to follow. Meanwhile, that nice eject coming in from Logan's Jawhead over here. Unfortunately, the ulti isn't enough to follow up for the kill.
It looks like Diggy wasn't close enough for K to actually dash towards him, so he's forced to use the flicker. Ah man, these abyssal arrows, I absolutely hate them. I absolutely hate them.
It's like a cheese code, It's like cheat plus cheese. CC. That's why they call them CCs for one reason.
I mean, I definitely, I get what you mean, but it's just so frustrating to deal with, especially like the longer the range is, the higher the stun ratio is going to be. Not to mention you can just drop down traps, which helps you with vision. It's just so good overall, but this is going to be the big engage. Oh, Fredo actually misses a little bit here. He's looking for Lapu Lapu, but looks like Logan's in a lot of trouble. Is he going to make it out?
Oh, he's going to get stunned, but then where's the trap? The trap should be able to come out, and he's not going to finish Logan from there. Jawhead just missing that slither of health before going down to the graveyard, but he will survive to live another day. Meanwhile, the top side, the bottom side of the turtle, it seems like AirAsia SAIYAN will lose this war, and they have to give up their initiative for taking the turtle. BD, Borneo Dragons, they are just gunning all the way there, and they are not going to take the turtle from this angle.
I definitely think that AirAsia SAIYAN had a miscommunication there because they saw the fight actually go down on the mid side. They saw them disappear into the jungle, and they didn't respect that, and they still wanted to go for turtle. So I kind of feel like that was a miscommunication in comparison to Borneo Dragons, who immediately saw, oh, they dived bottom side. They used quite a few ultimates. We can actually take this fight. And that's exactly what they did. But we're just going to have to see how they play it out. Fredo, again, looking for a pick here once more. Doesn't, catches one person out, but is this going to be enough? Looks like Tamaga, he's going to actually make it out. Abyssal Dragon actually,
And Alice he's able to do the inevitable, turning the tables around. And even though one kill is not it is just a sufficient kill, because the rest of the members had to fall back, and it opens up the map control for AIRASIA SAIYAN, even though they still don't have the turrets in their hands. But then Turtle is open for Hellcat for the taking.
Absolutely, and just Selena not able to land that last abyssal arrow is just so sad for Borneo Dragons, and especially since they're not able to get too many kills back in return. But really well played there by AIRASIA SAIYAN.
Oh, Gripax is there to try to cancel any BS from the steal. As Joy comes in with the ultimate, the turtle will be taken by AIRASIA SAIYAN. Lancelot will slice and dice down one of the members of Borneo Dragons. Borneo Dragons are in a lot of trouble. Looking at that, they already lose 2 members down below, and perhaps more. But Selena is able to take a revenge kill. It's just avenging her teammates from that battle itself.
Looks like it's going to be 2-for-1 trade in favor of AIRASIA SAIYAN. However, BD will be able to take a turret on the top side in response. So now they're about even in terms of gold here. But can they hold this turret in time? Doesn't look like they are.
Selena has to be careful with that. Diggy popping out the ulti to, just to save Selena away from danger. But it looks like the abyssal arrows managed to catch somebody off guard from AIRASIA SAIYAN, and a 2-kill coming in for Harley. Perhaps a double kill also for Harley, making 3 kills to 0 for Borneo Dragon.
Really nice by Gato there, and also for Aldo able to get that ultimate off on Lapu Lapu, catching out Alice there. Really nice, following it up, picking it off, and that was just so good for them because now they are actually starting to push ahead. They are actually catching up with. They've evened out the goal differentials by a significant amount, and they're probably going to actually take mid turret and get ahead into the game. And this is looking really good for Borneo Dragons because they're going to be looking for the next play.
And this is a threat of Selena's abyssal arrow. It hits Lancelot first, the hero that you don't really want to get for. But then look at that, the war comes in. AIRASIA SAIYAN wants to answer this avenging of their hero kills over here. They're going to go in with the double kill for their team, and they want more blood. Looking at a Hellcat, Lancelot just putting so much damage onto Diggy. There's no way the little R can survive there. Hellcat with another kill, taking 4 members away from Borneo Dragon from their previous game of 3 members. That is a very sweet revenge.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Borneo Dragons made the mistake there. They were trying to be a little bit too aggressive. They need to remember that Johnson is still on the map. He is able to transport multiple people into the fight, and they can initiate fights if you're not careful. So it's all about fast rotations.
And fast rotations indeed. And I have to give credit to Johnson coming in to finding that nice pickup onto the stuns. They were all camping around the bushes. I think they were kind of predicting that the enemies will be there for the follow-up. Or, trying to trap them from there, but it seems like the trap kind of backlash on towards them.
Oh yeah, definitely. And they're still looking for the engage. Oh, they actually get onto Kaya here. They're right on top. The ultimate coming in from Alice. Alice's AoE damage is so nasty.
Unfortunately,
so nasty.
Yeah, unfortunately, even though it's that nasty, it's unable to capture any Borneo Dragon members over there. However, the aggression just pays off because they are controlling their jungle right now. And AIRASIA SAIYAN is just going to loot as much jungle creeps, steal away any buffs from there, and it's going to be fun time in their bank.
Yeah, fun times indeed. Looks like they are going to reset, and I'm expecting Fredo. He's got his ultimate back up. He's going to wait for Gripax to actually get his ultimate up, and they're going to be driving on together like they are right now. They're going to be looking for another pick-off onto the Borneo Dragons.
Look at Johnson over there just driving across the map, trying to find any unsuspecting pickups. And it's going to be very crucial for Borneo Dragons because they have to keep their eyes aware for this Johnson play.
Yeah, it looks like, ooh. He is getting quite a bit of information. He does spot out Harley, and he also spots out Selena as well. This gives a lot of information to the rest of the team in terms of rotations of where they are. And yes, that's what they wanted to do.
Well, Diggy, even though he pops out his ultimate, but isn't enough to save his teammate, and Alice getting the kill onto Lancelot's follow-up, and it looks like Kaya ending Hellcat's way. Perhaps the positioning was really bad. It was between 2 turrets of the 2nd and tier 3 turrets. And it looks like Jawhead is going to get the bottom lane turret. So it's a win-win situation even though they lose out Hellcat.
Absolutely, and I definitely think AIRASIA SAIYAN is now showing the experience here because they are forcing Borneo Dragons into these positions where they can actually set up the ultimate from the Johnson.
Look at the builds over here. It seems like AIRASIA SAIYAN, they do have most of their heroes with the core build items. And speaking of which, Borneo Dragon is actually not far behind. Yes, according to the scoreboard, they're like 4,000 gold disadvantage, but then they are still in the game. They just need to find good team fights. The problem with the team fights is Fredo with the Johnson is just roaming around, just choosing unsuspecting picks from the information given by his teammates, and it's not looking good. And
that was a close hit and run there. That was a very close hit and run.
That was like a hair inch over there, hairline inch, literally shaved to the head.
But now Helkert and Lancelot are currently on Lord. They are just unsuspecting. They are pushed in, and looks like Borneo Dragons don't want to even take the opportunity to get caught off. But Lord is going to go over to AIRASIA SAIYAN, and this is going to become a very difficult game for Flash Vision's Borneo Dragons.
And a quick tip from there, I noticed when Johnson was using his ulti, the Abyssal Trap, which falls onto Johnson by Selena, gets denied instantly. Yes, there is damage, but there's no stoppage off to that ultimate. That means the ultimate can cancel any BS of stuns, etc.
Yeah,
it's actually very, very scary though.
It is. And now it's the problem I have with Borneo Dragons as of right now is that you know that Johnson is roaming around. You're waiting for him to stop. You're waiting for him to actually, once you spot him out, the moment he stops, you're looking for an opportunity to fight here. And I think if there's a good time to fight, it would be kind of like now, because now Johnson doesn't have his ultimate. You could look for an engage, and Jawhead isn't there in the fight, but are they just too far behind to really initiate this fight?
I feel like 6,000 gold is kind of a difference, but not big difference here. And again, like you said, the map control for AIRASIA SAIYAN is at the point of advantage, a very huge advantage, which gives Johnson more breathing space to roam around. Looking at that, Lord will be trying to take the towers over here, but Fredo, meantime, is going to roam around once more. He's going to wait for the right timing to clash towards the hits of Borneo Dragons, which is right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the war starts in. Borneo Dragons perhaps are getting this lead over here. They're going to get a double kill despite losing the mid-tier turret. Moy one more. Look at this. Johnson will be taken down by Selena, and Team AIRASIA SAIYAN perhaps even after the Johnson hit clashing, it looks like Diggy is the saving point or the saving factor.
Oh yeah, it was both Diggy and also Alnub who set up a really nice ultimate there. 3-man ultimate, catching them all off guard. Alice isn't able to get in the middle of them just yet. She hits 2 people, but not as optimal as she could be.
Yep.
Couldn't get out of there, and just looking at the experience difference, it is starting to even out. It will slowly start to climb back up, and now that they're getting closer towards level 15 and onwards, I mean their main lineups in terms of damage is getting to level 15. EXP isn't going to matter too much because that means it's going to give Borneo Dragons all the time in the world to actually scale up into this game. But at max build, do they still stand a chance against AirAsia's lineup? I kind of feel like yes and also no. It's highly dependent on whether they're able to get a catch onto the Alice, onto solos.
I think they need to achieve level parity first. That's the one thing for sure in terms of gold and XP. And whoever starts the war and finishes well, that will be the key deciding factor for this particular game. At the same time, AIRASIA SAIYAN is also playing time in their hands. They don't have much time. It's better enough to take down all of the turrets and give Borneo Dragons the disadvantage to take care of their final crystal base in hand.
Yeah, and looks like they're going to go from the backside here and the fight's going to begin, but is it going to be worth it?
Oh, it looks like they want to try something, but there's not enough follow-up from here. There's not much damage coming in from Borneo Dragon, even though we see that Harley is popping up the rings of flame, but this isn't enough for them. Oh, it looks like Logan, someone gets stuck. Perhaps the Divine Judgment is pull him into the base. I'm not sure what's going on, but AIRASIA SAIYAN, they had to play it really, really carefully. They cannot afford to lose any more members in this game.
I mean, how did he get isolated by himself and then get over? I think Logan might have made a mistake there, or it was just kind of using a flicker.
A little bit of overcommitment, I feel.
Maybe, yes.
Yeah. And like I said, AIRASIA SAIYAN cannot afford to lose any more heroes, because if you lose tons of heroes, the Lord will respawn in the next 6 seconds.
Yeah.
And it gives the window opportunity for Borneo Dragons to take the Lord for themselves and perhaps can just clean sweep throughout one lane only.
I highly agree here. And now it's starting to hit the 4K mark, and the 40K mark. And once you hit the 40K mark, items slowly start not meaning anything because people are already getting their final builds. And I kind of feel like AIRASIA SAIYAN, they're waiting for Lord to just try and end this game once and for all, because that's what they're looking for, the opportunity to actually end the game. However, Borneo Dragons are are doing a very good job taking 50-50s that actually benefit them and coming up on top to buy themselves even more time. They bought themselves 4 minutes, 4 minutes prior to this because of their previous team fight. But now, with Lord on hand, the death timer has begun.
Death timer has begun indeed. The countdown will start its paths as Borneo Dragons, they are just trying their very best to control their lanes, to defend their lanes and their final 2 turrets. The Lord has no choice but to be in the hands of AIRASIA SAIYAN, as AIRASIA SAIYAN wants to do this final push. If they can win this war, it's a clear checkmate for Borneo Dragons because there's nothing else left to defend.
Absolutely. And here, I mean, Fredo's going to continuously run until Lord gets pretty close. He has his ultimate again, so he's ready to go for a second time. And I think this is going to be the one that you got to keep your eyes on because Lord is slowly coming into the base. Both bottom and top side have priority, and this is the big engage that we were looking for. But Lord isn't close enough, a little bit off time, but let's see how they play this out.
Higgy using his ultimate at the wrong crucial time. It looks like Team AIRASIA SAIYAN will punish this team back down to the graveyard. You have seen kills, multiple kills coming in for Borneo for AIRASIA SAIYAN, and now it's just done because they lost members to defend, and the crystal base is so exposed for the Lord to take. The Lord was actually full of health during that time.
Oh yeah, the whole time. I think AIRASIA SAIYAN played that really well. Their final pick with Jawhead flickering in and lifting and flicking up. I can't remember who it was. I'm pretty sure it was Diggy there.
Yep.
Instantly catching him off guard. That was really well commended because the moment he got flicked up, he was basically dead the moment he landed, and that put a huge advantage